We're going to look at one more problem involving the Smarties and the Gobstoppers. So let's highlight our important information. So suppose Jen has 42 Smarties. We want to know how many Gobstoppers would Amy have to give Jen in trade. Use this information in the double number lines below to represent this scenario and find the result. Okay, so I have our ratios right here. For every 7 Smarties, there's a trade for 4 Gobstoppers. So we know that Jen has 42 Smarties. We want to find the corresponding number of Gobstoppers. So since the Smarties are grouped into 7s, or the equivalency trade has Smarties grouped in 7s, I'm going to divide 42 by 7 and get 6. So we have 6 groups of 7 Smarties in 42 Smarties. So let me cut this into 6 equal parts. I'm going to start by cutting it in half, and then I'm going to cut the halves into 3 equal pieces to make 6 pieces. Okay, and now I'm going to double check. So notice this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equal intervals. Okay. So now I want to do the same thing with the number of Gobstoppers. I'm going to cut this into 6 equal pieces, and I'll have them line up, and my goal is to find how many Gobstoppers Amy would give to Jen, which is this quantity right here. Well, now we know, since this is 42 and it's 7 for every group of 6, we have 7, 14, so I'm just counting by 7s, 21, 28, 35, and 42 matches up, so that's good. Okay, and we know that we correspond 7 Smarties with 4 Gobstoppers. So 7 Smarties is 4 Gobstoppers. 14 is 2 copies of 7 Smarties, so that'd be 2 copies of 4 Gobstoppers, or 8. So here I'm going to count by 4s. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and then this value would be 24. So the trade for 42 Smarties, where 7 Smarties get traded for 4 Gobstoppers, is 24 Gobstoppers. Okay. Now let's represent this symbolically. So we'll start with the amount we were given, which is 42 Smarties, and again, use units whenever you can. It can only help. Now we're going to set up our ratio that we're going to multiply by. Now notice what we did here, because it made sense to do this. We divided by 7, and we made these intervals, and then we multiplied by 4 to get the corresponding number of Gobstoppers. Okay. Now in terms of the ratios we had, well, this one divides by 7 because, or cuts into 7 because it has 7 Smarties in the denominator and 4 Gobstoppers in the numerator. And notice how the Smarties cancel out as units because there's 1 in the numerator, 1 in the denominator, and we're left with Gobstoppers. Okay, so this equals, multiply the numerators, 42 times 4 over 7. Okay, so now I'm going to simplify this. So 42 divided by 7, just like we did here. It won't always simplify this nice, but here it does. 42 divided by 7 is 6, 7 divided by 7 is 1, and 6 times 4 is 24 Gobstoppers. And notice the units we want remain. So the number of Gobstoppers for 42 Smarties is 24 Gobstoppers. Now let's write our corresponding proportional statement. Okay. Well, we're going to use, we had 4 Gobstoppers corresponds to 7 Smarties. Okay. And an equivalent ratio involves our 24 Gobstoppers and our 42 Smarties, and make sure you line up your units, which is why you want the units there. Another reason. So that's equal to 24 gobstoppers over 42 Smarties. And notice here the multiplicative factor from this fraction to this one is 6. So 4 times 6 is 24, 7 times 6 is 42. Without the units, our proportion is 4/7 equals 24 over 42.